Welcome to the Cherise the Realist Show.
Reach younger. Come on, man. Fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African. Hey, the niggas trash like some ooh. Try to get back to them slave hoes. Hey. Try to get back to them slave hoes. Hey. Fucking slave narrative, they phony. I had this nigga named Toby and he owed me. When the plot crop and the stock drop on top, them niggas going. Sold to the bitter cotton pickers, them my niggas. I'ma come down, feed them chitlins and them gizzards. Nigga, I'm the mister, I whip ya, I kill you. In the big house, go down with your sister. Send it back to you, then I send for your mother. Y'all niggas look out, I'ma work it like no other. Make you pick cotton till the sun come and touch it. Till your damn hands and feet and foot all bust up. Look me in my eyes, I'ma backhand the buck up. Nah. Shout out to Grandma Foo. Why your man came, she the one that sold you. My crew swam to the show and got you. Good shit, Jesus, man, that nigga came through. Hey, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African. Hey, the niggas trash like some ooh. Tryna get back to them slave hoes. Hey, tryna get back to them slave hoes. Fuck off it, fuck Lennon, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Fuck off it, fuck Ben, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Fuck off it, fuck Lennon, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Play with this shit, dude. Big Izzy. Baby, yo, so peace, teeth, acrobatic. Fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African.
How in the fuck is you hustling with these grams, man? I know it's all cap. All of my fish with their fake smile, yeah, you can't get no dab. I got niggas that are shooters, all in your head like a nap. I'm on the scene with them 223s and edit bitch out. No games, man, yeah, I got no time for this shit. I be the one to blame, so please don't you make me click. Hit the block like a march, yeah, it's like a parade. Drunk sound and you ducking and hiding, oh, better cover your face.
Hip-hop used to be so hard. Now they dressing funny, driving fancy cars. Hoes used to be hoes, but now they stars. Man, I swear this shit done went way too far. Way too far, way too far, way too far, way too far. way too far, way too far, way too far. Niggas still killing niggas. Pay your partner to hit you. Hoes still fucking with niggas, never raising their children. Cluckers still paying deals, trying to catch them a feeling. I know a bunch of people who ain't never gonna have that. Pants way up their leg, crazy colors in their head, mumbling, rapping shit. Make a nigga say what he said. I know you think I'm tripping, this boy going fed, but I'm just telling you some of the things bouncing in my head. Hip hop used to be so hard. Now they dressing funny, driving fancy cars. Hoes used to be hoes, but now they stars. Man, I swear this shit done went way too far. Way too far, 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 way too far. Man, y'all got an old nigga singing and sweating in the booth trying to get this shit heard. Way too far.
Who they think they better than? Ain't no comparison to the so-called black or African American. You can drop the African, keep the American. When we say Aborigine, it make they world in. I'm going in the same dirt my ancestors buried in. I come from a god and a goddess, so what that make me? Not even Basquiat can trace me. Not even Van Gogh can paint me. The MC in me is the God MC, equals the God in me. I'm focused in, let my mind be free. You too blind to see. The Jews I give is real, it's been real. These ain't shots, they missiles. All you gonna hear is the whistle. Lyrically, this an execution. My verses start revolutions from my people seeking restitution. Since the beginning, fuck evolution. Or maybe my reality is all a dream. I put it together like I was sowing seams. So it seems this is that audio dopamine. Go against the regime, we put you where nobody can hear you scream. And sing you to meet your Elohim. My nigga, this is savage mode. It's something that you can't decode. It started with a spark and I'ma let it explode. I was given the cheat codes that'll let me dump and reload and go through them waves like a fucking torpedo. You dealt the cards of life, I just cut them diamonds with the ace of spades. Y'all scatter like roaches when they facing raid, or vampires when they facing blade. I'm trying to get next to Shireen like I'm getting played. You still stuck as a mental slave. You still stuck in that mental cage. While I'm making easy money, pipping hoes in style. This my coming to age. Crowd roaring when I'm coming on stage. And when I'm done, they gonna be cheering my name. Drake Cobbs, and nah, I ain't quit my day job. I spit bars. I really rap on my day off. That's real shit. Just give you some tools you can build with. Aim high even if you still miss. Just keep going. It's a climb to the top. And I'ma keep flowing. Down Lake Shore, I'm Chicagoan. Yeah. You niggas is playing checkers, we playing chess. And nigga, this is checkmate. Dre be the big dog and you just a little bait. You out of Africa and we ain't got the same traits. I'm a God being and we ain't got the same fate. My granny died February 18th and I was born on the same date. The chosen one, the ancestors' chosen son. They gave me the golden gun. One shot, that's a hole in one. From the pyramid of the sun to Poverty Point. I don't think you niggas is getting the point. We still here. Who said they made the Aboriginals disappear? Your information's lagging in the rear. All you do is teach fear. We copper-colored with woolly hair. Am I speaking clear? So fuck the nonsense. When I rap, I touch your consciousness. From within is where you get your self-confidence. Let's bring it back to dominance. Ain't no confining us. Gonna bring that wild Indian out of us. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We still here.
Yes, yes. Peace and love to all the Aboriginal Indigenous Indians. Hey, y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Peace and love to all of you. Okay. So give me 1 second, y'all. I want to play my community support video. I'm still trying to organize some stuff. I usually have it together, y'all, but Like I'm back in this thing and I'm ready to voice my opinion and I'm ready to speak on some facts. Okay, period. So it's so good to see all of you guys in the chat. Shout out to Big Dog Philly OG, my sister, the one and only Copper Goddess, my brother, Open the Knowledge. Hey P Moses, salute to you, baby. Yes. Hey y'all. Who else I see up in the chat? What's up, Focus Mind? What's up, Niji Superior? Yeah, period. Okay. Hey y'all, Black Wild Indian, my baby. How are you? Sharon Walker, what's good? Hey y'all. So look, y'all see the title of the show today. Like, I'm not gonna do too much on my Aboriginal men tonight. I'm really not. I'm not gonna do too much because when it's all said and done, we all got things that we need to work on, you know. But I want to point this out because I feel as though our men are the key. Hold on for a second. Turn it down, please. It's very loud. Turn it down some more. Thank you. All right. I'm sorry, family. Y'all already know. Hey, don't slam no stuff up here, girl. My bad, y'all. Peace and love to everybody. So anyway, I had to go and do some things. You know, I still got my baby in here, so y'all know how that goes. Put some sunflowers in the chat, y'all. Let me know what's popping. Let me know y'all can hear me real good. If my mic going in and out or something, let me know how I sound. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if it's straight. And if it's not, let me know too so I can fix it. So y'all, anyway, back to what I was saying, because I was losing my train of thought. But I know how important it is, the male figure is. I know how important that is. I know how influential that is. And I know how much we need that in our communities to lead us. You know, I think, but what I see around me is, and it's not everybody, you know, but what I see around me is a lot of men who aren't really, who have more, who are very sensitive, if you will, and you know, they don't have an issue with always pointing out issues that they have with women. But then when it's our turn to point out the issues that we have with men, you know, then it's an issue. You know, there was a brief conversation on Cuddy channel, and then I guess it got back to Smoke Signal channel, you know, and somebody had made a comment that I didn't let the gentleman talk. Well, I'm not going to let the gentleman talk when he's coming on the platform intentionally disparaging Black women, making crazy assertions that only Black American women are the ones with the highest HIV rate, all this and all that, just making outrageous and outlandish statements. Now, I'm not going to allow anyone to try to put that bone on the back of Black women as if this is not an entire country and as if other races don't experience issues with HIV or high numbers of it in their community. You know, I think, and not only that, just the notion that women are aware of down low men, and I don't want to offend anyone, you know what I'm saying? But the notion that women are aware that a lot of these men are down low is super insanity, young. That's insanity. Like, we have to stop being in a place where we're going to blame our women for every single thing that's being done. And like, it's okay as a man, you know what I mean, to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't do everything, even if everything wasn't your fault, it's okay to be accountable and say, hey, you know what? We have a lack of type family structured units. So what I mean by that is what? We have so many homes that don't have a mother and a father in them. And we know this for a fact. This shit has been going on for generation to generation to generation, that most of our children grow up in homes that are not two-parent households. And we also know that a lot of our families have experiences where we know for a fact that some of the men in our family might have been down low or might have was doing stuff on their mother or their wife, y'all, doing things, you know, inappropriately, sneaking out, cross-dressing, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's unfair for all of us to come from a place of blame where we're trying to come together with resolutions, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to solve our problems. And if we're not going to solve our problems continuously placing the blame elsewhere, so yeah, Peace and love to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blah. I don't know why I'm stuttering. Like I'm good to go and everything. I had some rest, all of that. I don't know what the tea is. I think I'm just happy to be back. I really miss y'all. Like this shit is about all of us as the Aboriginal community. Like I don't have time to keep worrying about, all of this and all of that. Like I'm not here to boost your ego or feed your ego or nothing like that. Like I'm not going to allow a man to come into a space where we're all supposed to be about our liberation and lifting us up to keep bringing up disparaging things. Like we know that HIV and AIDS is something that exists in our community. We know that people have dealt with it for years and years and generations. Not, I ain't gonna say that, but since the 80s. So a couple generations, a couple decades, if you will, is really something relatively new, right? And then to make it seem like we, you know what I mean? Like I said, I just hate when we come into the space, y'all. And I'm gonna show some videos about toxic masculinity in a minute. But I also want to show like a brief little slight documentary. But like I said, I'm not gonna do too much on y'all tonight because I just want us to get one thing straight. Like we're all human. We all got things we need to work on. Nobody is perfect. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If there's a man, any man that is coming into our arena and he's not being respectful of the women of this community, that is up to our men to defend that. But a lot of our men are scared to stand up to each other. They'll call the women dumb, stupid, ignorant, all of this stuff. But let somebody come at them, that's another man. The man's not going to get called any names. They're not going to treat each other like that. But there's this disdain that we have towards, like that some men have towards women, and that's not healthy. So we all have to do a better job and not treat each other like that, family. Like I'm tired of it. Like at this point, I don't really care to, I go on the panels because like when we having discussions about unity and when we're having discussions about how we're going to move each other forward. And by the way, y'all, look out for the DMV Aboriginal link up, y'all. 2025 on a national mall, y'all, for real. Like, for real. I'm going to have more information coming soon, but I'm doing a lot to organize that and get that together so that, there could be a space for us to come together as the Aboriginals, a place where we can come and we can disseminate information, give information, you know what I mean? Meet each other, touch each other, and get on the people's heads that we need to get on about the things that need to be done for our people in our community. Like, enough talking on YouTube. Enough of it. Hey, Sap. I love you. I love you. And I love that comment you wrote. I ain't gonna go back too far, but I love that comment that you wrote. You were a real one. And just thank you for always supporting me. Like you were a real one, family. For real. Yep, it's gonna be in DC. I'm gonna do something. I'm looking for August or September of 2025. It's a process with the mall and stuff like that. Like you can just gather on it if you want, but it's like some other things that I want to put in place. So you got to get some permissions and things. So y'all look out for that information coming soon. I'm gonna try to have that shit out for y'all no later than mid-October going into November. Like if it goes into November and I finally get the information out the way I want it to be, then I'll just push up the date, because what I want to happen is for us to be able to have a year to be able to get together, to be able to collect funds. You guys be able to collect your funds to travel to DC, whether you drive or whatever. It's open to everybody, but more so, I know it's more so closer for the people that's in like South Carolina, North Carolina, New York, and Jersey, Delaware, Philly, all of those places. I know it's really easy for them to get down to DC and drive. So y'all look out for that information coming soon. And y'all look out for it, because we got a lot of stuff popping and it's going to be a lot of things going down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, hey, I don't need anyone outside of my bro OTK, my sis Carpa Goddess, a Murray Gal, everybody else, y'all want to be a part of it. I'm going to throw out emails. I want committees, all of that, young. Y'all could, organize where y'all live at too, and we can get people involved and really start to push this message about who we are. Because I think what's happened is that, and I'm going to show my clip from when I went on Back Channel Sunday morning. It's important that we get on these people's head, okay, y'all? Like, I feel like when we're having these issues, when we're having some of our men that's experiencing some levels of toxic masculinity, you know what I mean? It prevents us from getting to where we need to go. Yes, I'm planning for a year out from now. So I'm thinking, I know for a fact, like I want it to be September 2025, so it can just come right off the summer, but it's not cold still, you know what I mean? Like closer to that Labor Day kind of area time frame, but definitely 2025, because that'll give everybody time to get their stuff together, to collect money. And like, if y'all come, y'all come. If y'all don't, y'all don't. I'ma still be on the mall with the shits. Okay. So, you know, people keep talking about making moves. I wanted to have a whole festival for the Aboriginals. Like, if somebody has some land or something like that, you know, we can all travel, bring the kids, everything, you know, and make it a big thing and make it something where everybody could benefit from it. You know what I mean? You know, I just think that we got to find ways to come back into the fold and be together in harmony with one another. And that's all I want. Like, I'm not here to bash nobody. Okay. I want all of us to be in peace and harmony. And I really mean that. Like, I'm tired of all of this fucking frick frack in this community. It's stupid. And then y'all wonder why we can't get anything done. Y'all wonder why we can't get nothing done, because we always clack, 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 chop, chop, yelling at somebody, clack, 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 trying to correct somebody. When it's all said and done, what has been done to us is an injustice. To take us off our lands and lie about it is an injustice. To tell us that we are one race when we are in fact another, telling us that we are one people when we are in fact a totally different type of people. Yeah, this stuff got to get checked. It needs some straightening. It needs some straightening. This stuff with Kamala Harris needs some straightening. Because we're living in a time where there is so much at our disposal, and we do not take advantage of it the way that we should. I truly just don't see any other group going through the things that we are going through. How about that? And all we do is let it happen. So when we gonna stop letting it happen? When we gonna stop letting it happen? When we gonna stop being so mean to each other? When we gonna stop being so critical to each other and get to the work? Because what we shouldn't be allowing is people that coming into our community and trying to spread hate. People that's trying to spread discourse and unnecessary contention. We don't need that anymore. Coming in here talking about HIV. Okay, and what's the point? Are you trying to humiliate Black women? Are you trying to insult them? Because I'm just confused as to why everything is always the Black woman's fault. Being single, that's her fault. That's her fault. You know, it's weird behavior. It's weird behavior. And then you're trying to act all macho and tough, but the truth is you ain't macho. You're not tough. None of that. And y'all think this is the behavior that our women deserve? That y'all women deserve? Y'all should be looking at us as y'all queens. Like, that type of behavior shouldn't even be allowed. That's why I'm glad Isness went off too. I'm glad she let him know the truth. Girl, we do get it right. I really want that for us. I really want that for us. I want us to get this right, because we have come into such a space where we're enlightened now. We're enlightened. We know the truth. We know the truth. So what we gonna do with it? What's up, George Richard III? What's up, Greedy? Hey, Epic Studies. Who else in here? I know I saw Cosmon. Hey, Cosmic Cow. Look, I'm gonna get back in your email and we're gonna set that up, because, like I said, I'm excited to learn more my damn self. So let's get it. So anyway, y'all, let me play this with your con real quick, and then I want to pull something up. Like, I'm not gonna hold y'all long, like I said, but I just want y'all to understand how important it is for us to come together and stop fucking being so nasty in public to one another. It's sickening. Yeah, you know, see, and that's the thing too. Because see, they add to that entertainment factor that people like. And it's sad, but it's true. Like a lot of people like drama. People like drama. It's sad. And it's like you never know what these men really doing outside of the YouTube space. You know what I'm saying? We gotta vet these people. Are you taking care of your children? Are you an active father? Are you active in your community? The fuck? Are you faithful to your wife? Like, I mean, come on now. Like, I think that we need to start vetting these people that swear that they trying to get somebody some information. For real. Hold up, y'all. Let me find it real quick. It's just a little brief documentary. It's not doing too much. And that's another thing. I'm glad you pointed that out. We got to stop thinking of ourselves in the worst light. We have to stop. I'm so tired of it. Because I'm just to the point now, I'm not going back and forth with none of you people anymore, respectfully. Because if y'all don't know how to come together and know how to do anything but talk shit about women and our shortcomings, then a lot of y'all need help. Because who don't got shortcomings? A lot about we could be bitter towards our men for a lot of things that's been done. But what do? We pick up and we carry on. We don't let that stuff phase us, or we don't let that carry on, and we don't hold that against y'all. We try to keep rocking. So I just don't know what the problem be. Every time we in a space of understanding, we're in a space of consciousness. And every time something is always in the way, somebody always want to open up their mouth and say something degenerate because it creates drama. Y'all like it. Y'all like it. And a lot of y'all in this community too old to be so drama filled the way y'all are. Y'all in y'all 40s and 50s. Y'all, this is embarrassing. Y'all 40 and 50 years old. So, let's just always understand, man. Give me 1 second. Shout out to everybody. Hang on for 1 second. Shout out to my brother Dre Cobbs. Hey, y'all. Hold on. I got y'all in a minute. Because I just really wanted to come and speak to y'all off some one-on-one shit, off some real shit, because I am tired of this constant buffoonery. I'm tired of us treating each other like this. I am sick. I am sick of it. All right, y'all. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to refresh the damn page. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Attention of historians is the depth. Now, let's move right along. Now, y'all, I have been really trying my best to shut the fuck up about this situation surrounding all of this stuff surrounding race and just identity politics issues. I've been doing research on Kamala Harris' father. Like, I'm over it, okay? All right, let's watch this for a second. And let me see what y'all think. First, we're going to watch this video first. It's only 10 minutes long. It's about Black women and Black men debating their relationships on TV. No, I do. I'm going to get my chat in a minute, but I'm going to definitely, that's my cash out right there too. If y'all want to support the channel, y'all ain't got to, but it's there if you want to, period. You don't got to, baby. It's not for you to do it. It's just there if you want to support me in your heart. That's what it's for. Okay? Because what I do, paying for my stream, y'all, all that, none of that stuff is free. Okay? Just saying.
Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my mind, and I can't fall short. No, always keep it thousand. Slow mo. Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my
Yes, y'all. So real quick, let me shout out my whole chat. Shout y'all out for a second, and then I'm a hey, come shut my door, boo. Come shut my door, baby. All right, let me go. I should have starred y'all. I know better than that. Let me go ahead and get everybody out the way. Hey, OTK. Focus Mind, Big Dog Philly OG. My baby Niji Superior. Focus Mind. P. Moses. Who else? I'm gonna cam up in a minute, y'all. I just didn't put my lipstick on. I usually like to do my lipstick situation. Of course, my baby Big Dog Philly OG, Copper Goddess. And she is a goddess, okay? XX Freak Nitty. Hey, Freak Nitty. I didn't hear you comment on who channel was that I was on? Cuddies. I didn't hear you on the panel unless I was tripping. Let me see. Of course, my baby Sap. Epic Studies. Of course, Cosmic Cow all day. Shout out to him. Shout out to what he's doing, his journey. I respect it. Period. What's up, apartment 217? Hey, my mother was born on 217. Yep. Drake Hobbs. Shout out to Drake Hobbs. Hey, look, Drake, do you still got my email? Let me know if you still got it, Mo. Because if you don't mind, send some stuff over to me so I can get that situated. Of course, my baby Greedy. Yes, and shout out to everybody in the chat that I actually missed. I didn't mean to miss you. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Okay. So let's start here with this. I just want to see what y'all think about this. I thought this was interesting. And as you know, we're not African Americans. So excuse these motherfuckers using this language, pissing me off.
The feeling of racial pride is not new for many African Americans, but the resurgence of black awareness and pride, black men and women face new problems, not only in relation to white society, but to each other in a black society. Recently, there has been a stream of articles on this subject, and the Chicago Daily Defender, America's largest black newspaper, began a series some weeks ago on the emergence of the new black woman. Benny Washington, reporter for the paper, surveyed the Chicago scene to report on how black men and women believe the revolution in racial pride will affect them and their families, before the sociologists and experts tell us how we are supposed to react.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution on the relationship between black man and black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough
and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated because his old man tolerated. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as the leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And
Yeah, I hope y'all really listening to this. Because this is, I'm telling you, like, this is the same thinking that's been going on for such a long time. Thank you, OTK.
you're still aiding them by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're going to get. And it's
And imagine how many of our men think this way right now. You know what I'm saying? In terms of this, you know, situation. So we got a lot to consider. Dang, where y'all go?
It's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you and love me on the basis of that. You want to always be aspiring to have all those things that's a part of the great middle class white American society. And because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home. I measure a man by how he treats me. Whether when I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared, he's there.
For these.
And how is that too much to ask for? You know, I think a lot of times men do really think in their mind that we possess the opinion that if they're not bringing in a certain amount of money, then obviously they're not fit, or we don't feel like that they could hold us down. Or I mean, I just think it's a misconception, because when women are telling men what they think, I mean, obviously men are thinking on a totally different level than, I won't say level, but just on a totally different wavelength than what we are, because this is crazy.
These women, the men are there, but with the feeling of racial pride has come new conflicts and new problems. Across America, they meet to discuss what Black awareness means to their families and to them as Black women of today.
You know, there have been a lot of myths created about the Black family. We all recognize that. And one of the most pernicious myths is the myth of the Black matriarch, you know, and this whole concept. And I think this is one of the reasons that the Black community reacted so negatively to the Moynihan report, because we know that that's not true. It was not like the Black woman has not been a matriarch in the sense that it has been defined thus far. And thank God research, and I hope Black research, is being done now to reverse that kind of thing. In fact, the Black woman has been a woman at the head of a household, not by choice, but by necessity. And more often,
not by choice, but by necessity.
That's right. And more often than not, she is not a strong, matriarchal, aggressive, domineering figure. She is a woman in search of a man. But this story has not been told.
The prejudiced society created what we have now. So that's what we were. Okay, we have a revolution going on. Well, what kind of a revolution?
We're in an evolution. I think the revolution is yet to come.
Yeah, it's to come. Well, this thing
we keep tossing the word revolution around lightly.
lightly. Everybody.
Actress Val Ward performs the works of our Black poets and dramatists. For her, Black awareness is not revolutionary, but the very foundation of her marriage. Val's husband, Francis Ward, talks of the struggles of the Black family in the past and the obstacles that lie ahead.
It's extremely important for Black history and culture to be transmitted from generation to generation. And the best way, the most effective way that this has always been done is through the family, acting as the primary unit of social organization.
What he said was key there. And I feel like oftentimes we stress this when we're talking about doing your familial research. It's about your family. It's about your family and connecting your family and finding yourself there within these American stories because you exist in them. Period. Let me just go back to that because that's important what he just said.
Val's husband, Francis Ward, talks of the struggles of the Black family in the past and the obstacles that lie ahead.
It's extremely important for Black history and culture to be transmitted from generation to generation. And the best way, the most effective way that this has always been done is through the family, acting as the primary unit of social organization. And I think one reason why it has not been done with Black people is because of the destruction done to our family life. So this certainly has to be one function of the Black man.
Our family life has been destroyed. Our family life.
Marriage to begin to reemphasize and to pick up the thread of Afro-American history and culture that has been left off generations ago when Africans were sold into slavery, when the family unit was purposely destroyed. Part of the obligation of being Black is to make absolutely certain that whoever has any kind of control or jurisdiction over your kid, is not bringing him into conflict with the kinds of things we teach. We try to instill in them here in the home.
Most middle-class homes, quote middle-class homes, like I don't even get caught up in that bag. You go into will have some copy of anybody, any white artist, I don't even have to name anybody, instead of the works of Black artists. I think it starts, especially that identity part, the books, the kinds of books. All of these things start in the home rather than complaining about them being in the schools at this point.
Unless we're absolutely.
So she feels like most of everything that we learn starts within our homes. So with that being said, that means what we are disseminating to our children, what we're telling them, what we are giving them in books, literature, whatever that is, that's going to impact them. Yes, it does start in school, but I know most of the time, a lot of people don't got a high school diploma. Some people's parents ain't never graduate from college. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of people go to school, that's their first introduction to information and education and just the overall world, learning more about it in that context when we're talking about what's learned at home and what's learned in the school environment.
Certain of how that teacher is handling them, then we may have to assume that whole responsibility. We may have to pull them out of school ourselves, and do all the educating ourselves.
Say, for instance, when they say to my child to draw, last year Rhonda painted Abraham Lincoln brown and she was put in the corner, We had to go up to the school and deal with that. They must be respectable to their peers in school. And what we do, we handle that. We don't say, you jump up, you curse that teacher out, or you say it doesn't exist. But they see us at that school knocking on the door. You have to be in there. Either we're going to control, their minds here, or at least give them the choice.
A lot of this is new to us, and a lot of these things we're grappling with, and we don't want to give anybody the impression that we have the answer to everything.
No, let me cut you off again. People go around talking about hate. We really don't have time to hate because, it goose up the bag. We're loving ourselves. Mm-hmm. This might bring around a lot of other different things.
To be Black means to love. It's got nothing to do with having to hate anybody.
It does determine, though, Francis, and has nothing to do with hate. Again, it's love. That we might have to do certain things to protect that love.
It may bring us into conflict with somebody.
Necessary to protect that love.
Finally, I asked Francis about the standards of today's black man as compared with those of 20 years ago.
Standards which white society had projected. I think these standards were that he had to become successful according to the white mode. He had to get a good job, he had to buy a good car, he had to move to the suburbs, he had to rear a good family that went to church every Sunday, that did everything that the typical good American family was supposed to do. And I don't think the black man necessarily is addicted to that notion. I think he sees the falsity of it. I think he sees the total hypocrisy of it. I think he wants to rear a tightly knit family, but not for the purposes that white society says. He doesn't want to rear a family for any sham purposes, just to fulfill some false ethic. But he wants to rear a good family in order to have his children strong, reared in his own image perhaps, and to transmit, most importantly, transmit the values which he is learning to his children, and to try to ensure as best he can that his children will transmit those same values to their children, and have the same transmission repeated from generation to generation.
Listen to me. I am a woman. Black, that is. And there is but one thing which brings tears to my eyes, and that is to hear man, woman, or child stand up with strength and say, I'm proud, I'm black, and that's beautiful.
Shout out to the mama chief. Yeah, you be quiet when Big Mama speak. What she gave us is a part of me. It flows through my arteries. Even on that journey, that love grows how the garden be. The first to teach us when we sick, the first to heal us. Mama's boy, yeah, you know, her pride and joy. Soul food, yeah, you know, I'm an enjoy. Calm you down just by the sound of her voice. There isn't another feeling inside when they cheering you on at your game and you feeling the pride. You and your siblings fighting, she gon' make you put them feelings aside. She can't lead you down the road, but she can give you the guide. Where you think I get that blissful look in my eyes? I need a side of ice cream with Big Ma's apple pie. You know for sure for Mama Chief, you know I'ma ride. Cause we all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all love our Mama Chiefs. The greatness, the patience, the foundation, the knowledge passed down so many generations, our motivation. I just want to thank you for my creation. Cause we all love our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all rap for Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all rap for Mama Chiefs. I sing it tears at my graduation. Now look why your boy done made it. You the reason I'm one of the greatest. Cause we all need our Mama Chiefs. We all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all love our Mama Chiefs. We all love our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all rap for Mama Chiefs. We all rap for Mama Chiefs. Now be quiet, let Big Mama speak.
I'm about to say it should have been muted the whole time. Maybe when I did that share screen, it started doing what it did. Y'all, so this is one of my first builds, okay? 6 months ago, this is my first build, okay? U.S. transatlantic slave trade, 1644 to 1867, and assessment by David Ellis. Just a brief overview. Like these are the things that pretty much was in my. I'm also going to break down Black Rednecks, White Liberals, one of his essay passages, The Real History of Slavery by Thomas Sowell. Definitions of identity, race, and presentation, but and that's just due to complexities in our identities and how we identify ourselves and why it's such a problem that they reclassified us. And just like all stories that encompass what they say our identity is. So yeah, I really want to hold on. I know. Because I know once I start rolling, that's it. Involvement in the slave trade position where they can discuss the bicentenary. So the bicentenary and just like all these stories that encompass what they say our identity is. So yeah, I really want to hold on. I know. Because I know once I start rolling, that's it. So this is so pretty much this segment will be just excerpts of the article in full. Yeah, my bad, y'all. This joint completely kicked me out. God damn. All right, y'all. We back at it. All right, let me just show y'all this short little clip before I go back to that. I just wanted to show y'all my first bill, y'all. I was such an amateur. Woo. And still is, to be honest. So yeah, let me get y'all into this real quick. I'm gonna shift gears a little bit.
Beat Your Feet is a dance style that came out of DC's go-go music scene. It originated from a dance called the hee-haw back in the day and grew into this more fluid, modern style by the late 90s and early 2000s.
You know, it became the staple dance of Washington, D.C.
This is the story of Marvin Gross, better known as Slush, who moved south side of DC, for creating a popular dance, Beat Your Feet, a dance that evolved over time and made its way to a national platform like the America's Best Dance Crew show. Tragically, though, his story ends with his life being cut short, murdered on his way back to the Berry Farms community. Also, it includes another murder, which was a retaliation murder that happened at Sursum Quarters in the Temple Court area. But first, let's go back in time. If you ever heard someone say stars were born at the Go-Go, it's no exaggeration. Thanks to the Godfather Chuck Brown and his band for creating a sound, lighting the torch in the city, becoming an inspiration to all the bands, rappers, and dancers to come after. And that they did. That's how much of a stronghold Go-Go had over the area pre-internet era. This is how rappers like DC Scorpio, Fat Rodney, Stinky Dink, and other DC artists were. And he made rap cool. He brought flow. He brought flow. So in '87, DC Scorpio won a rap contest at the Chapter 3 nightclub, judged by Dougie Fresh, rapping a song called Stone Cold Hustler. And these two guys both being popular rap artists in DC, both coming up in a time where rap was taking the back seat to Go-Go. DC battled it out at the Go-Go's, tagging along with bands and going back and forth.
Yo, I take time to make them explode. Come back to the road. I don't be at the show, y'all. I be in a limo. It's like in a limo. The party is over. Coming up the street and my Range Rover.
And I wasn't able to see this live while being the stage to show your talents. Go-Go isn't a selfish culture. It includes the people. It's the platform that keeps giving.
Even if you don't watch America's Best Dance Crew, there's 75 million people watch this show across the world. So this is really probably the first time since Chuck Brown or since the culture.
Actually, it may be more universal, not just tailored to DC. And it may not even be considered a dance, but still people do it till it is the two-step. We two-step. But one of the most dances called the hip-hop. And it was sort of a big thing when it was popping. This I know. This I am old enough for. They had contests.
I don't know why they keep kicking me out. God damn.
Yes.
Yeah, they kick me out one more time. I'ma kick rocks. But peace and let everybody. I was gonna say, like, I was too young for that, like those, those go-go battles and stuff, but I definitely remember the hee-haw dance for sure.
Slush would use elements of the hee-haw to form his own dance somewhere around 99 or 2000. Marvin Gross, aka Slush. Barry Farm.
Shout out to Anacostia High School, the Anacostia Indians, period. Their mascot is the Indians. So shout out to fucking Anacostia High School. Shout out to Southeast and those indigenous roots, period, that don't get recognized.
One day and started dancing and acting out a bunch of crazy stuff on the floor. And soon after, people started mimicking. A lot of people in the city said it was Polo Beach. Slush was popular among a certain age group. And I can vouch for that because I fall within that age group.
And rest in peace to Polo, the lead talker of TCB. Rest in peace to that brother.
A lot of people in the city said it was Polo, the lead talker for TCB, that first started chanting "Beat Your Feet" at a go-go, which basically solidified the dance that Slush created. Slush was popular among a certain age group. And I can vouch for that because I fall within that age group. I remember hearing the name Slush as a teen quite often. When he created the dance he created, that's how he influenced the school beat pattern.
Whew, that 2000 to about 2009 style. Woo, child. Woo. Okay. Especially in DC. That's all I would say about it.
Guys would go at it. You see, the beginning of the Beat Your Feet movement was something like pop locking in New York. Who remembers it? It was similar energy as far as the battling go. Back then in the early 2000s, the dance moves to Beat Your Feet were out in the lunchroom and the hallways doing the dance he created. That's how he influenced the school, or the kids attending it. Someone would imitate the breakdown beat pattern while banging on the tables, and circles would form and guys would go at it. You see, the beginning of the Beat Your Feet movement was something like pop locking in New York. Who remembers the movie Beat Street? It was similar energy as far as the battling go. Back then in the early 2000s, the dance moves to Beat Your Feet were way more imaginative. People acted out their
Young, in that gym right there, that's the old Baloo High School gymnasium, young. This is old, young. Serious, like that in footage, that gotta be, I want to say maybe 06, 07, at least.
moves more compared to now, where it's probably a little more footwork. Either way, it started with one man who was inspired by those that came before him. That's why in the beginning of this video, it was important to touch on the past. Rest in peace to Chuck and Rodney and the others. The same with Polo. He was inspired by Big G. Lil Chris was inspired by Polo and the bounce beat. The moves that Slush created represented a new era. By the time when Slush's new dance was becoming popular, the Go-Go's had already taken a major hit in DC. Some of the people who wasn't familiar or a part of the culture blamed the music itself for the bodies. And I even covered a story about the cop, Brian Gibson, who was killed in front of the Ibex nightclub back in 97. They shut the doors on that club the very next day for good. But it didn't start there, nor did it end there. The Go-Go's in DC sometimes become the battlegrounds for neighborhoods and individuals who had beef. Saturday, July 27th, 2002, about 3 a.m., Slush was heading home from a Go-Go. On his way back to Bury Farms, he wasn't alone. Another guy was following along Suitland Parkway. Slush was shot and killed near the light before turning left into the Bury Farms community. The news would quickly spread about Slush being killed. The streets had spoken, and the word got back to some friends of Slush. The guy that allegedly murdered Slush was from Sursum Quarters. They wanted blood. They had a name, but they used a female associate from the quarters to get him a full description. They said he had dreadlocks and was present in the Temple Courts area. This was less than a week after Slush was killed. The two men, they saw a guy with dreadlocks sitting with his back to him. His name was James Fisher. They approached him from behind, guns drawn, and one of the guys shot him 3 times in the back with a 9mm. Fisher didn't make it. He died. But the problem is, he was the wrong guy. He had nothing to do with Slush's murder. It was said that Fisher resembled the guy they were actually looking for, and just one day later after the murder, another man with dreads from the same area cut his dreads off. What's understood ain't gotta be explained. The court document said after Fisher was murdered, some friends were reminiscent about Slush, and the guy says, "We handled that already." They ended up going to prison, but still an innocent guy was murdered. Unnecessary lives were lost, including Slush. I don't know why he was targeted, but what I do know is he meant a lot to a lot of people and had a hand in pushing the culture forward with his innovative dance moves. The hype surrounding the Beat Your Feet dance started to lose a little energy sometime after Slush was killed.
It was kind of like, who does that anymore? That's dry culture. People falling away from their culture. Later, people just beating their feet, throwing up videos, walking up to me, hey, ain't you the guy that do the Beat Your Feet videos? Hey, you amazing.
But then with the emergence of social media apps like TikTok and guys doing videos, as well as the crews like the Beat Your Feet Kings and Flat Out Boys, it gave it a resurgence it needed to help that movement stay alive, creating dance shops all around, even making its way all the way to Poland with the DC Crazy Legs. So the way they honor Marvin Slush is by having something called Slush Day, where the people celebrate his life and his contributions to the culture of dance and go-go. It's important that we pay homage to everyone that had a hand in pushing this thing forward. Also, I can't forget one of his sisters, TT, who I spoke with, which is how I learned about the school he attended as well as where his life was taken. She has a clothing brand with the Slush merch, so I'll add her business IG page across the screen for anyone who want to support her or Slush. You can hit her up for some merch. Yeah, man, #Slush. So rest in peace to the inventor of the Beat Your Feet. May your name live on forever. The Beat Your Feet King, Slush.
Love you all the time.
All right, I think I do have one more because I heard that the that the Breakfast Club had gave Janet Jackson Donkey of the Day, and I'm trying to figure out why. Like, I don't know why they keep playing with her. Like, it's just diabolical. So let's just see what the hell they was talking about here. Yeah, because I got to step away for 2 seconds. Let me see. Because let me see if I can step away. Let me. And this video not that long. I should have already time-stamped it, though. Because I know usually when they don't talk about the person right away.
Today, I'm not voting for anyone because
And Kamala Harris wasn't black. Do you give Harris dad is black? No. She thought of Trump's comments all and with the Kamala Harris is not black. Here's the quote. She's not black. If you heathens was treating the architect today.
It's not the donkey of the day.
Read, but you're so good at it.
You're trying to be a fake ass Charlemagne. There's only one Charlemagne to God.
Damn, Charlemagne, who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Well, Sexy Red, Donkey of the Day for Monday, September 23rd, will be up to you all. Okay, I saw folks in an uproar about this over the weekend, sending me messages saying, Uncle Charla, you should give Janet Jackson Donkey of the Day. And then I went and saw what Janet said, and I couldn't believe you heathens was treating the architect of Rhythm Nation with such disrespect. Okay, this woman made That's the Way Love Goes, and this is the thing she gets. I didn't quite feel like she should get the biggest hee-haw, but I will let you all decide. See, the woman who showed us what the pleasure principle was, Janet Jackson, was having a conversation with The Guardian that was published on Saturday, and one of the things she said in the article was she heard that Vice President Kamala Harris was not black. Here's the quote. She's not black. That's what I heard. End quote. All right. That's what she recently said of Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris. Janet said her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. Now, when I heard this, to me, it was just an opportunity to teach. We live in a world where misinformation runs so rampant, where so much fake news and alternative facts circulate. And it's not surprising to me that folks believe the fake news. Now, for the record, Kamala Harris is both American. Those are simply the facts. Okay, she has always identified as black and Indian. Her father is from Jamaica. Her mother is from India. That's that. But because of misinformation promoted by former President Donald Trump and others, people have, run with the Kamala Harris is not black lie. Personally, I think folks was being too hard on Janet Jackson. Okay, she was misinformed. Correct her and move on. It's easy to be misinformed and repeat something you heard in this era. Happens to folks every single day. Even to people like Janet Jackson. And you know who I really blame? I blame everyone who legitimizes foolishness. Like this is news, okay? All the papers, all the news networks, the MSNBCs, the Fox, CNN, all of y'all. When you sit around making things like this a point of debate, when you replay, Trump and others constantly repeating these lies, you amplify them, and the lie gets around the world 3 times, okay? While the truth is still putting on issues. They will have whole panel discussions about this.
See, what I don't like about this is that no one has truly verified where this woman. First of all, we know that her father is a descendant of an Irish slave owner. He's a slave owner, and he's Irish descent that somehow they got in Jamaica. And this man that's supposed to be her father apparently descended from that. Like, just because y'all think his skin look brown, that doesn't mean he's black. She comes from 2 Asian descendant parents. So, like, Janet Jackson, in my opinion, was on Aboriginal business.
Nonsense. Is Kamala Harris black? Dana Bash even asked Kamala what she thought of Trump's comments. All of that type of rhetoric legitimizes that lie, because there has to be some sort of legitimacy to it if it's being posed as a question on cable news, right? Right? Wrong. And nobody cares about the truth and the lie more entertaining. The truth is Kamala Harris is both black and Indian, but
she's not both black and Indian. I mean, I don't know. Put it in the chat. Now, because she has a father that's Jamaican, and somehow when he came to America, he was black too.
But the lie, okay, she just turned black, is way more entertaining. Now, this lie has spread so much that even the almighty Janet Jackson believes it. Even the way the media has written.
Charlemagne, you should not. Sometimes you do okay. And then when you come back with this foolishness, I just don't know, Charlemagne. Like, y'all do not speak for us. Why do they think that people like, it's no offense to these men either, because they've been doing what they've been doing for a very long time. But people like D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, these you all don't represent all of us. And she has not always said that she was black. This is a very new thing. And I just think that the issue is only because I feel as though she should just be proud of her lineage, period. Okay? You don't have to say you're black to get a black vote. We've seen many white presidents get black votes without having a cosplay and say that you're one of us. When you're not. Like, so that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? And I think people need to understand that. And like I said, the policies and the things that she's proposing, it's not anything. She's not proposing anything that's going to lift the American people up. A $25,000 down payment assistance is not going to help. A $50,000 business tax credit is not going to even be able to affect most people, especially most black people, because most of us don't got jobs. I mean, not jobs. Most of us don't got businesses. Excuse me. So
this headline about the Janet Jackson situation reinforces the false narrative that Kamala Harris isn't black, because the headline in Rolling Stone is Janet Jackson questions whether Kamala Harris is black. NBC News, Janet Jackson tells interviewer she heard Kamala Harris is not black. All people see is Janet Jackson says Kamala Harris is not black. If you already heard that, now you might believe it because even Janet Jackson said it. What I don't understand is, why are we so quick to dunk on each other for just simply being wrong? Why is everybody so quick to slander Janet Jackson and insult Janet Jackson when we all have been victims of some form of misinformation?
But Janet Jackson was on point, period. And I can't wait till all this shit over Eva, Sam. I can't wait. I'm tired of it. It's foolishness. I'm tired of it. So if y'all want to come up and have a quick build, I'm going to welcome y'all to do that, because I'm getting a little drained, because I already said, like, moving forward, I'm just going to be in and out, in and out, in and out. Hold on for a second, please.
Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my mind, and I can't fall short. Always keep it 1,000. Slow mo. Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my mind, and I can't fall short. Always keep it 1,000. Slow mo.
your point.
We can say that a person has primarily European.
That's my next video. Anyway, peace to all the Aboriginal Indigenous Indians. Shout out to everybody. Yes. So shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I threw it out there if y'all wanted to have a conversation. If not, I want to show this other quick little video, y'all. It's only like 9 minutes. It's not long. I'm trying not to keep y'all long. I'm trying to make my points and keep it pushing. And I need to show y'all that fucking post that I commented on too. They was trying to chew me up, but I held my own.
Prominent U.S. politicians. Today I'm going to show you the family tree of Kamala Harris, a prominent U.S. politician from a mixed race family. I'll also be talking about the terms race and ethnicity and how they come into play when researching one's family tree. Kamala's father is Donald Harris. He was born in Jamaica, but immigrated to the US, where he became a professor of economics at Stanford University. According to Professor Harris, the two individuals who had the biggest influence on him during his upbringing in Jamaica were his two grandmothers, known as Miss Crishy and Miss Iris. Miss Crishy owned and operated a dry goods store in Brownstown. The name Brownstown comes from its founder, Hamilton Brown, an Irish slave owner, who, according to Donald, was an ancestor of Crishy Brown. This fact made the rounds last year when several far-right media outlets tried to make Kamala Harris look like a hypocrite by claiming that her Jamaican ancestors were a bunch of slave owners. Here's the thing. Like I mentioned in my video on Berry Gordy, most Black Americans have at least one white male somewhere on their family tree because of the sad fact that during the period of American slavery, slavers often raped females whom they enslaved.
But you see where the contradiction come at? What the fuck do American slavery got to do with any of this when her ancestors are enslaved from Jamaica, allegedly? They try to put all these Black people on her line. I wanted y'all to see this.
But this doesn't change the fact that far more people on their tree were likely on the other side of that equation, as enslaved individuals of African descent. So how these facts are supposed to make Kamala look bad is beyond me. Anyhow, let's now look at the other side of her family. Her mother is Shyamala Gopalan. She was born in Chennai, India, but like Donald, immigrated to the US. The two actually met during their graduate studies at UC Berkeley, and they were both involved in the US civil rights movement. But whereas Donald studied economics,
so this picture is supposed to be proof that her mother was involved in the civil rights movement? Okay.
Shyamala studied medicine and became a cancer researcher. As I mentioned in my recent video on the Marathas, India is more of a continent than a country, and therefore there's not really a single ethnicity known as Indian. In Shyamala's case, it would be more accurate to say that her ethnicity was Tamil. This means that ethnically, Kamala is half Tamil. However, according to Kamala herself, she primarily identifies simply as Black. Which brings me to the topic of race and ethnicity. Let's look at the term ethnicity first. Generally speaking, ethnicity refers to a people group that lived in a particular region for a long period of time, and thus ended up sharing a common language, history, and culture. Nowadays, DNA testing companies claim to give people an ethnic breakdown of their ancestry, but really what they're doing is just using a set of genetic samples from around the world to estimate the regions that a person's ancestors likely came from. So in this sense, ethnicity has also come to mean regional genetic variation, and thus has at least some sort of basis in science. The important thing to keep in mind, though, is that the total number of ethnic groups existing in the world today numbers in the hundreds, if not thousands. And the exact way in which all the various ethnic groups are divided and named will vary depending on which research team is doing the work. Race, however, is something different. According to most experts today, race is simply a social construct and has no real basis in science. Although people have tried, you cannot scientifically determine race by grading skin tone, by measuring skulls, or by testing blood. The closest thing you can get to race by using genetics is to simply organize ethnic groups by continent. So, for example, we can say that a person has primarily European ancestry, African ancestry, Asian ancestry, etc. But even there, it gets complicated because genetic variation doesn't always match neatly with continental lines. For example, North African DNA is quite distinct from Sub-Saharan African DNA, and South Asian DNA is quite distinct from East Asian DNA. So when we try to match genetic variation with very specific color words like white, black, brown, yellow, red, etc., the science of it all fades away very quickly, and we're mostly just left with social conventions, which sadly tend to be based more on prejudice and stereotypes than on anything scientific. So that's why it is usually said that race is a social construct. Most of the time, a person's race is simply a combination of how that person chooses to define themselves, and perhaps even more so, how society chooses to define them. In America, a person with one black parent and one white parent, like Barack Obama, for example, is generally considered to be black. This is because society tends to treat that person as being a member of whichever race is less privileged in that society. Because of this, mixed race people usually end up self-identifying with the less privileged group. In other words, unfortunately, race is often something that is defined by racism and society's tendency to racialize people. This is why we end up with complicated issues such as passing and discussions on whether so-and-so is black enough. So am I saying that we should be blind to race? Absolutely not. Ignoring race would be ignoring the fact that some people still get treated differently than other people simply because of social constructs related to skin color. This is particularly important when it comes to African Americans. Long before the advent of DNA tests, people of European descent in the Americas have had the privilege of being able to define their ethnicity in more precise terms. For example, I've long known that my ancestry is primarily a mix of English, German, and Irish. However, because of the long history of American slavery, Black Americans often don't have this privilege. They simply know that their ancestors came from Africa. Therefore, they are stuck with simply identifying as Black. So the bottom line is that race is still an important concept when it comes to understanding.
He stated that all African Americans know is that their ancestors come from Africa. Lord Jesus. Woo, we in a bad situation. Bad. And I'm not saying I agree with everything that this man is saying, okay? Because I don't agree with everything that he is saying. But what he is saying in regard to DNA and tracing your racial lines is absolutely facts. But I could tell that this video was made to support Kamala. But I'm not gonna hold y'all. It's only a couple more minutes. Hi, girly girl. What's up, chat?
Understanding history and for making policy decisions today. But don't think that it can be determined simply by looking at a person's family tree or their DNA results. It's just not that simple. Anyway, back to Kamala Harris's tree. Her maternal grandfather was named P.V. Gopalan. He was a lifelong civil servant, holding major government positions in both India and Zambia. He, along with his wife and children, were Hindus, and therefore Kamala grew up attending a Hindu temple as well as a Black Baptist church. Today, Kamala identifies primarily
They funny as shit.
as Christian. However, she also has ties to Judaism. That's because in 2014, she married Douglas Emhoff, a Jewish lawyer. He has a son and a daughter from a previous marriage, and so although Kamala has not had any children of her own, she does have 2 stepchildren. As for siblings, Kamala has one sister named Maya, who is married to Tony West. Maya, like Kamala, became a lawyer and is currently also an MSNBC contributor. Tony, also a lawyer, was Associate Attorney General under Barack Obama and currently is the Chief Legal Officer for Uber. Maya has a daughter named Mina, who was born when Maya was in high school. Tony is her stepdad. She, like the rest of the family, is a lawyer, but recently she also authored a book called Kamala and Maya's Big Idea. So that was a look at the family tree of Kamala Harris, potentially the first woman to hold the position of Vice President of the United States, and potentially the first Black American and American of Indian descent to hold this position as well. Thanks for watching.
They always on some cap shit. Always. So anyway, y'all, I guess I gotta get on ready and get on up out of here. So I gotta go make some moves. But it was good hanging with y'all. It was good vibing with y'all. I hope y'all be on that that replay game. So y'all take care. Peace and love.
What it look like, man? You know what it is. Man, I feel the same way you feel about Word. I just don't want to rush, man. I just want to take it one day at a time. Me too. That way we reach the highest point of friendship. That's the highest point. Let me know. Then whether you know how far to take this flight. That's what I'm talking about. You don't just jump in the plane and fly and don't know where you're going first. Just chill, baby. I got you.
We don't have to run, baby. We can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life. Come on, let me show you. We don't have to run, baby. We can chill. Let's just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life. Come on, let me show you.
See, you don't have to rush. Baby girl, be patient. Anticipation of love making. Got your legs shaking. See, every time I'm next to you, I feel your heart beat faster. But yet you try to hide behind your smile and your laughter. See, money's what I'm after, so all I do is chill. I'm out here on the grind. I'm trying to see a meal. You never seen this good life? Well, come on, let me show you. You never had a real hug? Well, come on, let me hold you. This life I lead is troublesome. You win some, you lose some. You lost one, then gain one. You want some, come get some. See, everything you want, you need, I got you. Even though you don't know me, I don't know you, baby, I got you. That's just how it's supposed to be. Rather have you next to me, never in front or back of me. You look good beside me, but we take it there. rush, baby, we can take it slow.
We don't have to rush, baby, we can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, but come on, let me show you. We don't have to rush, baby, we can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, come on, let me show you.
Say if you like me, it's what you want. I ain't about games, I'm trying to front. See something that you want, then get it. Ice cream man always deliver, never late. I come on time. Tell me, girl, what's your room size? Sitting here, watch you visualize. I can't lie, see it in your eyes. Fantasize, I'll be you all day, all night. Let me strap your seatbelt on before we take this flight. You know I'm helicopter high. Baby, you know I'm on a wide, baby, we can buy. And that's just how it is. El Blizzo keep it realer than all the rest is. And don't compare me to them other dudes. I act a fool with my tool. Lock it down, just for you. You got a man, you can keep him too. I don't want him, I want you. Got a couple friends, but I got a couple too. Just let me know, girl, what you wanna do. And we can keep it on the low, long as you know, baby, just take it.
We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, but come on, let me show you. We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't